What's the best inflatable hot tub? Today we're gonna go over our top 4 picks, telling you our pros and cons for each one of these inflatable hot tubs. Now, inflatable hot tubs, they're just a much cheaper option than traditional hot tubs, and overall, they give you a lot of the same benefits. So let's waste no time and dive right in. Now, I purchased and tested each one of these inflatable hot tubs myself. I did that because I want to give you an unbiased review and I want to give you as accurate data as possible. With that said, I looked at all these inflatable hot tubs and we got the ones that had the best reviews already, and I wanted to test and try those ones out. Now, in the description below, we have a link to each one of these inflatable hot tubs. And do know that this is an affiliate link, so if you do click it and you purchase, I will earn a commission. With that said, like I said before, I'm keeping this honest and I want to give you guys the best takes. Now let's go over our first pick, the Intex Simple Spa. This is the best budget inflatable hot tub. Right now, this thing costs $399. Now here's some of our pros and cons, starting with the pros. My first pro is the price, and when you're looking at the size of the inflatable hot tub, this really matters. This one's 77 inches wide, like some of the Coleman models or like some of the SoluSpa models, but it comes at a cheaper price, and this is worth noting. The next thing that I really like about this inflatable hot tub is the liner that goes on the outside of it. Many of the other inflatable hot tubs that we've tried do not have this. This does, and it adds a little bit extra protection, and it also makes it look just a little bit better as well. Another thing about this is the jets are not overpowered, they're not too noisy. Some of the other models that we've looked at, they can get a little bit loud. That doesn't happen here, and you're still getting a nice gentle massage with these jets on this inflatable hot tub. Okay, moving into the cons of the Intex Simple Spa. This inflatable hot tub doesn't blow up as much as I would like it to. You can sit on this and it kind of sags down a little bit. Overall, I'd like it to be a little more firm like the Coleman SoluSpa or some of the other SoluSpa models, but overall at the end of the day, this doesn't matter that much. When you sit in it on the inside, it feels plenty supportive. It's just not as good if you want to sit down and put your legs in the inflatable hot tub. Another con is that there's no cup holders. Yes, they can be bought separately and added on, but it would be a nice addition. It's something that Coleman and SoluSpa do. I'd like to see Intex do it as well. My overall thoughts on the Intex Simple Spa is that it is a good inflatable hot tub. It has all the basic features that you need from one of these models. Yeah, it doesn't have all the flashy add-ons that some of the other ones that we'll be covering do, but at the end of the day, it's doing the job and it's at a great price point, and I think most people are going to really enjoy this. All right, moving on to our next pick. This is the best large inflatable hot tub, and this is the SoluSpa Granada. It is going to be around $681, though we have seen it listed for as low as $450. You might just need to shop around. But overall, this is a great price for how large this inflatable hot tub is. Now let's get into some of the pros of this inflatable hot tub. The first thing that I really like about this is that it fits the amount of people that it says it will. It will fit 6 to 8 people, and yet 8 might be a little cramped, but you can easily fit 6 people on this. And one thing that we've noticed with these inflatable hot tubs, and when they say the size or the number of people that they're gonna fit, most of the time they don't actually fit that many people. This one will. That's a nice refreshing number to see, and you're gonna have plenty of room to spread out in this thing. My next pro is price per square inch, and I kind of mentioned this before, but you're getting a lot of room in this inflatable hot tub. In fact, the price per square inch may be the best of any of the other inflatable hot tubs in this list. In fact, it may be the best of any inflatable hot tub out there. So that is very much something you want to consider when it comes to the size. You're getting a lot for your money. If you're wondering how wide this thing is, it is about 93 inches wide, I believe. So you're gonna be able to fit quite a few people in here for the amount of money that you're paying for this inflatable hot tub. My next pro for this is that it has a great hot tub feel. It's got a lot of room where you can stretch out, you can lean back on the walls, it's very supportive, and you just get the bubble jets, which just add to that feeling, and the bottom on this thing is very comfortable to sit on. Overall, you're gonna sit in this, you're gonna enjoy it, and you're gonna kind of forget that you're in an inflatable hot tub, and it's gonna feel a lot like a traditional hot tub. Now moving on to the cons, and I only have one real con on this inflatable hot tub, and it takes a long time to heat up. It took about 24 hours. Most of the smaller models, they take anywhere between, I'd say, 12 to 15 hours. This one took almost double that amount of time. Additionally, it took a lot longer to fill. It's ultimately gonna make your electric bill a little bit higher than some of the other inflatable hot tubs, just because there's more water to heat up. So these are things to consider if you're thinking about getting a larger inflatable hot tub. It might be a little more expensive in the long run, and you're gonna have some more waiting to do than you might with a smaller inflatable hot tub. My final thoughts on this inflatable hot tub, it's a good one. It's just a good one. You get a lot of space, you get a good amount of inflatable hot tub for what you're paying, and it's just gonna feel a lot like a traditional hot tub. You cannot go wrong with getting this inflatable hot tub. Yeah, it might be a little more expensive, but I think most people are not gonna be disappointed by that. I think they're gonna get something that they really enjoy, and I think they're gonna get their money's worth out of this inflatable hot tub. All right, our next pick is the Coleman SoluSpa, and this is our best value hot tub or your best bang for your buck. The Coleman SoluSpa is gonna cost about $539, but be on the lookout. This thing has sales going on all the time. It's one of the most popular models, so check the link below. You might be able to save some money if you're interested in this inflatable hot tub. So let's talk about some of the pros of the Coleman SoluSpa, and there's a lot of them. The first is the construction. It is extremely sturdy. When compared to some of the other SoluSpa models, I don't know why, but this one just stands out to me. It feels like it's more supportive, and it really shouldn't because it's made out of the same materials, and I think most people are gonna find that as well. My next pro is this thing just has a great hot tub feel. It's very relaxing to get in. You're gonna go get in the pool, come back, get in the inflatable hot tub, and just have a good time. That's what this thing's here for. Coleman does a great job at making that happen. Moving on to the cons. My first con about this is that I think you pay a little bit more a lot of the time because of the Coleman branding. Yes, this says Coleman SoluSpa. It is made by SoluSpa, but Coleman has slapped their logo on it, and I think sometimes you're gonna find that you pay a little bit more because of that. My next real con isn't really about the inflatable hot tub itself, but it's about the instruction manual. And this is kind of a con for SoluSpa in general. I don't like their instruction manuals. They're not very clear. So if you get this inflatable hot tub, just go ahead and throw away the instruction manual and go check out our review on this inflatable hot tub if you wanna know how to set it up. My overall thoughts on the Coleman SoluSpa is this is just one of the best inflatable hot tubs out there. You can go check out other reviews. People are gonna say the same thing. It's generally liked by people. It's the most bought inflatable hot tub, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, and I think part of that has to do with it being Coleman, but overall, SoluSpa has done a really good job at building this thing, and people are gonna feel really relaxed, they're gonna feel comfortable, and they're gonna feel supported while sitting in it, and it's just a good overall experience. Our last and final hot tub is the best overall, and this is the Intex Pure Spa Plus. Now this comes in a square and circular model, and the circular model does seem to have a little bit better reviews online, but we got the square model and we were actually quite happy with it. Overall, both of these things are gonna be very comparable. They have the same features, they just have the different shape. Now, when it comes to this inflatable hot tub, it's gonna cost a bit more than other inflatable hot tubs, and there's a reason for that. This one feels the most like a traditional hot tub than the other inflatable hot tubs on this list because it includes some extra features that the others just simply don't have. And the price is gonna reflect that. This thing's gonna be between $749 and $819, and let's see why that is. My first pro is the setup. This one just has an easier setup than the other inflatable hot tubs we've looked at. And yeah, these things aren't overly hard at the end of the day to set up, but overall this one cuts out a couple steps and I really like that. My next pro is there's a lot of extras on this. The first is that there's an app that allows you to control the inflatable hot tub from your phone. And then there's things like headrests, there's extra filters, there's a light. I really like the light. I think it's a cool touch. It makes it feel a lot like a traditional hot tub than the other inflatable hot tubs on this list. My next pro is that this inflatable hot tub is large. It's not as big as the SoluSpa Granada, but you're gonna be able to fit 5 to 6 people pretty easily. And I think for most people, that's all they wanna fit. The Granada, you can fit like 8 people, which I don't know how many people are having 8 people over that often to get in the hot tub. I think something like 5 or 6 is a much more reasonable number for most everyday occurrences. So that's one thing I like about it. You can get in it, and if you're just getting in with 1 or 2 people, you're really gonna have a lot of room, and you're just gonna be able to stretch out and enjoy yourself. I forgot to mention, another great thing about the Intex Pure Spa Plus is that it has a salt water system. So you don't need to use chlorine or bromine in this one. You'll simply just need salt, and the Pure Spa Plus converts it into your sanitizer. This is a huge plus. Let's move on to my cons of this inflatable hot tub. The first is like the Intex Simple Spa is that there's no cup holders. Intex, just include cup holders when you update these models. It's a simple step. You put them on the control unit and people are just gonna be really grateful for it. Because when you get in these things, it's nice to bring a drink out with you. And if there's no cup holders, well, where are you gonna put that drink? My next con is like the other Intex model is I would like to see it be able to inflate a bit more. Now, this one did inflate more than the Simple Spa and I was able to sit on it, but it was not as supportive as say like the Coleman SoluSpa. And I would like to see Intex maybe fix that in the future because you wanna be able to sit on these things, you wanna be able to just climb in and out of them and not feel like you're squishing it down. My final thoughts on this inflatable hot tub is going to feel the most like a traditional hot tub. Now, the other inflatable hot tubs on this list, yes, they get very close to that, but this one just has those extra features like the lights and the headrest that just make it a little bit more comfortable, make it a little bit more roomy, make it a little bit more luxurious. And I think that brings you closer to that. So if you are looking to get something kind of to supplement a traditional hot tub, I think this is the inflatable hot tub to do that. That's it for this video. In the description down below, we've gone ahead and included the links to each one of the full reviews of each one of these inflatable hot tubs. Additionally, in that description below are the links so you could purchase each one of these inflatable hot tubs if you're interested. I'd go ahead and check those out. The prices that we stated in this video are probably slightly different at the time that you're checking out these inflatable hot tubs, so you can see how they vary. And finally, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to us and it helps us out a lot. Thank you so much and happy hot tubbing.